All right, we got a blog post. Before we get into blog post, I'm going to talk about the good things. Is we're going to get about 4.9 million gold. Yeah, it says 8.1, but that's not really true. 4.9 million gold is not a lot, but I'll take it. We'll talk about actually how much gold that really is when you think about going from character 1 to 80. Iceman's going to be farmable, and it appears that Ironheart is going to be going from a hard node farm to Blitz store, but the blog is a little unclear. And then lastly, and probably the most important, is something that's not even in the blog post, but on patch day, which patch day is scheduled for sometimes next week. I'm going to say 6th or the 7th, no definitive, but one of those 2 days. Phyla is going to get the Kree tag, which is going to make a big difference in the Gamma raids. So let's get into the blog post, and I'm going to try to read it as salt-free as possible, but I don't know. It just doesn't seem... I feel like I'm disappointed a little bit. All right. Seeing red and gold. Also, there was a whole thing in here that they deleted about a sweepstakes, and that just got removed. I'm not going to get into that in the video because apparently it wasn't supposed to be there or was bugged out. More gold. We're excited to announce that we'll be infusing a significant... let's get rid of that word. We're excited to announce that we'll be infusing a increase... Time to blitz. To the amount of gold available to all levels of players in the coming weeks. There'll be 2 rollouts of changes. Now, in this video, we're only going to talk about the first rollout because the second rollout is not going to happen until there's a character level cap increase. So the amount of gold they're going to give does not even come close to the amount of gold it's going to take a character from level to level 85. And I'll give you an example of why it's so steep and this is a problem. If you think about how much gold it takes to go from 1 to 80, it's like 7 point something million gold. Midpoint is 70, somewhere between 70 and 71. Somewhere between level 70, 71 is the halfway mark. Meaning the amount of gold that it takes to go from 0 to 70 is pretty much the same amount of gold it takes to go from 71 to 80. So if they're going to bring out character level 85 and go from 80 to 85, it's going to be huge. It's a straight curve like this and straight up. This is not a meeting amount of gold if it's going to be paired up with a level cap increase. So we're just going to talk about the part that is going to be paired up with a level cap increase, which is going to be 2 pieces. One's going to be in the daily activities, which is about 3 million a month. And the other part is 1.9 million, but that's tied to Alliance Wars. And in my opinion, it encourages shelling. We'll get to it. So it's not really 8.1 million. In the first rollout, which is probably next patch, 5.5, which is next week, we want to directly address player feedback from the year concerning character roster progression feeling sluggish. Literally, half of the posts on Reddit almost every day. Daily objectives will have increased rewards of 103,000 gold per day, approximately 3 million gold per month. I'll take it. Of this 103k per day, 70k will be added to the strike edition of Daily Week. Fine. More gold's more gold, guys. I don't know what to tell you. By completing in all available Alliance Wars through war completion rewards, player will earn an additional 1.92 million gold per month, assuming a win percent rate. Specifically, winning a war earns you 200k more gold, and losing a war earn you 120k more gold. So, I don't know the extent of a mechanic that was been implemented or that players did. A lot of people considered it unethical or gaming the system, called shelling, where basically you sandbag, load up a really weak alliance so that you always win, and you don't care about your win-loss ratio. You don't care about like moving your alliance up, and you bounce around between alliances. It's called shelling. And they made some changes to like de-incentivize shelling, but in some ways, making this happen maybe is enough to re-incentivize people to continue shelling. Now, the reason why shelling is bad is that basically very large players drop down in levels to lower levels, like down to lower gold levels, and then every once in a while, people will go up against an alliance that's twice their size, and they don't even make it past the flight deck. And that's the reason why shelling is bad. And the reason why they do the shelling is because they don't care about their league points, and they only care about winning. And I don't know if that's going to be a thing. It was a thing in the past. They largely corrected that. But this is a step in the wrong direction if they want to stop shelling from happening. Anyways, it's just a small thing, and I'm just worried that right now there's a lot of alliances and chaos. There seems like there's a lot of players coming and going. My alliance, it seems like there's constantly players coming and going. And it seems to me that there's alliances disbanding, emerging, and hopefully shelling does not become a thing because a lot of people, the main benefit to shelling, in my opinion, is you don't have to waste time playing alliance wars. You literally just don't have to think about it. You just win every alliance war, and it's an easier experience than actually having to set alarms for 3 a.m. like my alliance. Anyways, let's move on. The second rollout, and this is the part that I don't like. The second rollout will be not too far behind the first one. Keep this, so not too far behind the first town, which will include the rest of the amount to get to 8.1 million. There isn't a date set for the second rollout, as it will be happening at the same time as the increase to player level and gear tier. That's right, level 85 and gear tier 16. My goodness, boy, gold. This is nothing right here if we're going to get a level cap increase. Believe me. This team is planning ahead to ensure that these cap increase players will continue to be able to make meaningful progress to their roster. Hey, you know what? I'll take the 4.9 million gold, that they mentioned up right here. I'll take this. That's fine. But I don't know. This seems just like a strange sentence, the strange paragraph altogether to me. We understood that character progression is one of the most cornerstones that makes Marvel Strike Force so much fun. Going forward, we'll be reviewing player roster progression more frequently than before to ensure that we can respond quickly to the needs of the ever-changing metagame. Okay, fine. All right, Oregon challenges. So to me, this is going to be like another set of daily challenges like we have. You know how like we have those ones that we do every day. The problem is that the highest tier 3, is going to be gated behind ISO level 5, similar to that of the Doom Raids. A few weeks back, we introduced the upcoming Origin challenges, which will reward gear for each of the Origin traits. There was a delay in publishing the updates, but these gear challenges will kick off July 7th with a version of 5.5. Okay, so July 7th. So I guess that they're saying that patch days could be July 7th is my interpretation of that. As remember, you need to assemble teams of each of the 5 Origin traits, all equipped with ISO 8. So we're also getting 3 characters, right? We're getting the skill-based characters that are going to pair up apparently with Kestrel and just destroy the skill nodes in Doom. And a lot of people perceive that as like not that big of a deal because the skill part is actually one of the easier parts of the Doom difficulty 1. Well, guess what? Maybe it's for this. Maybe this is going to be bonkers hard, and you're going to need to have Sharon Carter and Sam Wilson, and so we'll see what the third character is. A lot of people are speculating it's Maria Hill. But here it is, so here they are. Original biofuel requires 5 bio characters, mutant, mystic, skill. And I bet you they're going to go and sell us these characters over the next couple of months. One patch will be like the skill, one patch will be mystic, so on, just to make this, to get through it. And the reason why I'm not really thrilled about it says each challenge appears twice a week, once per weekday, and all active on Saturdays. So kind of like the daily challenges is that there's going to be 3 tiers, and the final tier is going to be gated behind having ISO 5. Garbage! I don't know, man. I kind of have most of it. Here's the other thing, though, is that they did say that on patch day, we're going to be doubling the amount of ISOs and ions that are going to be made available inside of the campaign energy. So maybe it won't be so bad. It's hard to... First of all, I just want to say this. Getting a character to 5, and it's the way that the ion and ISO economy is today is really frustrating. Maybe, and I'm being super optimistic here, maybe it won't be so bad after the patch where they double the economy of ion ISOs that's available in the campaign energy. Now, I highly recommend doing the 50s. I do the 50s every day, so that's just what I do. That makes sense for me. Character availability, I'm going to keep going on this. Now, this is, they talked about Iceman is going to be going into a node 7-9. Currently, Ironheart is here. And then there's been some controversy on what this sentence means. You can still find Ironheart in the Blitz store. Well, Rescues in the Blitz store. I believe there were some other languages had this translated differently, like that, where it made it sound like Ironheart was going to be moved to the Blitz store. And that's the way I'm interpreting this. I was waiting for some clarification, but I'm pretty sure what this means is that Ironheart is going to be moved to the Blitz store. Okay, So head there for this Power Armor Prodigy shards. Okay, it's just the word still. It's just semantics. I'm not really sure. Returning legendary event. So we got Phoenix, which is kind of fun. I know a lot of people are looking forward to getting Phoenix. And then upcoming blitzes, we're going to get, what is it, right? Black Widow and Hawkeye. And then we're going to be getting our Flash events. Now, this is kind of important. So I'm making this video on the 2nd. July 3rd, Energy Overload heads over your way again, where you receive 240 campaign energy, not including ISO 8. So I'm just going to pull up my clock right here. So right now, today is July 2nd, and it is here in Las Vegas, Nevada. It's an hour and a half before server reset. And so what I'm going to do tonight is I'm not going to spend my core refreshes. I'm going to save it for tomorrow after server reset. So basically, tonight, normally my account resets at like 1 a.m. my time. I log into my account sometime in the morning when I wake up, and then I start doing my coring, my event. I start coring, start farming my multiple men, start farming my Polaris. I'm not going to do that until server reset on the 3rd, and so I can take advantage of this event. So I recommend, if you're watching this video right now on the 2nd, I would recommend waiting until tomorrow server reset before doing this to take full advantage of this event. Should be in the events tab. Crate Fireworks on 4th of July with Going Nowhere, which helps you prepare for the upcoming Star-Lord event. Fine. And on July 9th, they're putting the mining hats in the mercs for the payday event. Core with gold, get that 2.8 gold, and then the mercenaries. So, I do want to back up and give credit to where credit's due. I'll take the gold. I'll take the 4.9 million gold. That's helpful. Progression systems, level cap increases, and gear tier is kind of a scary thing from a player. I mean, it's a win for the developers, I understand, but it's kind of a nuisance to players. I mean, I think a lot of people feel like they're behind. They didn't say that was going to be how many patches away that's going to be, but I'll take the extra gold, sure. Giving Phyla the Kree tag is great for Gamma. I hope they do some more things to make the Gamma more enjoyable. Gamma is really frustrating. And then lastly, Iceman being farmable on Hard Nob is a welcomed thing, of course. Astonishing X-Men is great. And then lastly, not too thrilled about new content continuously being gated behind ISO 5. But that might not be as traumatic as it has been last month, given that they're going to double the amount that comes out tentatively that's scheduled for the patch. What do you think? I don't know, man. I guess it is what it is. I imagine there's some people that think this is fine, and I imagine there's other people that think this is underwhelming, and they're annoyed. Anyway, let me know what you think in the comment section. And as always, thanks for watching. Keep on gaming.